Hey guys, Chris here with Cohesive Friendship Unit. We have an exciting event going on right now. There is a new PUBG event called War Mode, and the name of the game is pretty unique. You can actually respawn in PUBG, believe it or not. So I'm going to give a rundown. Basically, you are in a static zone. As you can see here, it's Milta, and the circle, there is no circle. Doesn't change, doesn't move. There's 3 teams of 10. You can bring your buddies in with you. So it's not all necessarily random people. And it's the first team to 200 points. You get points through reviving teammates or killing teammates.
Not killing teammates, killing
killing a bonus. That or the first, that or whoever has the most points at the end of a 15-minute countdown. So as you can see, we're mid-game. We are about 10 minutes into the game, and we're approaching that 200-point mark for one of the teams.
God damn it, I'm knocked out.
Okay, so I'm
dead. Don't bother. I'm fucking dead.
What do we think about this mode?
I think it's like you said a couple of minutes ago. It's a good way to get a lot of shooting in fast. Like if you want to practice playing with a lot of people in a dense area, this is a good way to do it.
It is good for practice, I agree. And at first I was a little off-put. You kind of spawn in with random loot. At first that was not appealing to me, but now that I think of it from like a practice perspective, I kind of like that. You get to shoot a lot of guns very fast.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
And I think if we, like in some dream fantasy, if we had 10 people that we could talk to and we're friends with, it would probably actually be pretty fun.
If we actually had 10 friends.
In some fantasy world where we have 10 friends.
Jay, watch it up to the right.
So when we started playing this game, we were not very hot. Like that was our initial impressions. We were not fans.
No.
Has it warmed up at all?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's fast paced at the very least. It
is nice that you can, like, PUBG is a game of like 40 seconds of action, 15 minutes of silence.
Yeah,
this
is a slow burn. This is a lot quicker than that.
Yeah, this is a nice way to get in, get some kills, and have a little bit of fun. You know, you're not like hiding and being terrified. So I have a few criticisms. What are some of your criticisms? I'll give one real quick. I think it should be 2 teams of 10. I think 3 teams is...
No question.
Yeah, 3 teams is too much. And the respawn rate, I think, is too fast. If they had, like, a capped respawn, I think that would be better, I guess. Like, Warplanes does that now, where they have once you get past a certain point, your team only has so many respawns, and whoever uses them up. So like if it said, you have 10 respawns left at this point in time, I think that would be a different element to it. I think that could make it more interesting, but it definitely needs some polish.
Yeah, I agree. It needs a little polish. I think the other kind of criticism that... Oh, I like the ruins. I'm into this. The other criticism that kind of hit me is you have bandages by default, and I think one first aid kit would be better than 5 bandages because it really kills the flow. Like, this is supposed to be fast-paced, and having to bandage up is just brutal compared to like just one first aid kit, just having to constantly like keep that ticker running.
It seems like they made some speed tweaks in some areas and not in others. Like you definitely seem to fall a lot faster with the parachute.
Yeah, you drop faster.
Especially when you're closer to the ground.
And yeah, so we'll explain real quick how the respawn works. The plane flies over every 40 seconds. So if you die, depending on where that 40-second counter is when you'll actually get in the plane and drop again really fast. So I don't know. Is this kind of welcome?
I think so.
It adds more variety to the gameplay, I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's better to have game modes than not. It's an interesting way of using the PUBG map, I guess. in the PUBG mechanics. I don't necessarily think we need to drop, for instance. I think there could be some kind of spawn system, but that I see flaws with that as well.
Then
So.
you get spawn camping and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
way
yeah.
you can still shoot people when they're coming down on their parachutes, but at least it's not like spawn camping. That's really cheap. Like,
Yeah.
but at least this way you feel like you can kind of maneuver the parachute to avoid it.
So I think the last thing to really talk about would be drops. There are drops, and they are fairly frequent. And Brian actually got one, right?
Yep.
M24, right? So it's standard drop weapons.
No, it was Mark 14.
Oh,
It was a
okay. Sorry, Mark 14. Standard drop weapons, but I think there's like it seems ludicrous. We only went for a drop because it was right in front of us, but you're gonna die so fast.
Right, but the weapons are also persistent. Like, if someone comes and loots to you and they stay alive,
That's
then
true,
the
yeah.
weapon's still in the game.
So, and also reviving is quick in this game as well. So, I don't know. It's different. It's kind of fun. I hope that they tweak it and keep it going.
Yeah, I think that PUBG has kind of been a one-trick pony up to this point. It has only been the battle royale mode with the flavors, I guess you could call it that, of teams of different sizes and first person. So this, I mean, $30 for a game that only does one thing is a little bit steep. I guess this kind of sweetens the deal a little bit if this is something that gets implemented.
Yeah, and like personally, I've always kind of wanted at least just the ability to go to the shooting range with nobody there and test all the guns. And this is, I guess, the next best thing. It's kind of close to it.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
Okay, so do we have any closing thoughts on this?
This
Interesting.
is actually pretty fun. It would be interesting to see them do.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Brian, you want to say anything to the boys? And the
Sure,
girls?
guys.
And the lads?
Sure, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you let us know down in the comments what's the worst electric shock that you've ever gotten. And as always, make sure to crush that motherfucking like button. Hit that little ringy dingy up in the top right corner. That's all I've got for tonight, Chris.
All right. Thank you, Brian. We will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.